Hello again. It's good to see you still here with us for more Explore Tulsa. Now, it's really interesting to find out that board games have been around for centuries. And the first board game sold in the United States goes as far back as 1822.
In college, we used to play board games all the time.
Oh, so that's what people did before Xboxes.
Yeah, and they were fun too. Just like the games Doug Friend creates at historicalboardgaming.com.
I was a rules addict. I was one of those ones that knew the rules inside out. And if someone did say, "Oh, you can't do that, it's in the rules," My dad always had games for us: King Oil, Prize Property, Aggravation, and some of those we still have today. I think they're dispersed amongst us 5 kids. When my kids were young, back before I could do this with the map, I would take a map and have it drawn. I'd draw it out and color it all up, and then I was taking ships and making resin, mold for them and making resin pieces and painting them and getting them all done. And then the guys would come over and play, and I'd always make tea and popcorn. And I know when the market went south in '09, down to Draftsman, oil and gas, a few times you lose your job, someone else is hiring, you go over there. But this time there was no one hiring. But in that time, I said, you know what, I'm tired of relying on other people to make some income, so I'm gonna do this. And my wife's like, are you serious? And I said, yeah. So, and then I got a job, but it was always slowly built. We took a little money out of savings and I bought some stuff and it just grown. Of course, it's been self-sustaining for, 3.5 years of the 5 have been in business. So. All our series will be Global War, whether it's 36, 2025, 1951. But it's, we kind of based it off, the game Axis and Allies, which was a very popular game. Milton Bradley started it and Hasbro took over. Hasbro, they get guys in that don't know a lot about history. They do stuff, whereas we actually have guys who know this stuff. We're doing like the Battle of Kursk, which was a real famous tank battle. We 3D modeled all the pieces and the rules. We actually have a colonel who's in the Army working on that. He's in Virginia. He's also developing this one over here, this Middle East game that I have. And he's developed a couple for us, Malta, a couple of, all historical. So, it's turn-based, major powers, Germany, Italy, Russia, US, ANZAC, and Far East Command. We even introduced the Communist Chinese as well as the Nationalist Chinese. We have the Nationalist Spain, the Republican Spanish, for the Civil War starting in '36. Things like that, and everyone just goes and you get so much money to spend depending on your production. You get so many factories, some can't really produce much. You get shipyards, ports, airfields. So battleships to cruisers, like ANZAC, Australia, they couldn't really produce much. They weren't equipped to build battleships. Either Britain built them or someone else built them for them. So, and they don't have enough money to buy a battleship, so they're building like little destroyers and stuff, just trying to stay alive, which in World War II, that's what they were trying to do. They were crying out to the US. But anymore, we try to put what ifs. But as you can see, Antarctica's on there, and a lot of the guys are like, why would you put Antarctica on there? There was no fighting down there, nothing. Well, they didn't realize that we had plans for it. As you can see, I have a base on there, a secret submarine base, because there was rumors that Hitler didn't really die. He got on a sub, went down to Antarctica. I enjoy it. My problem is, as a game designer and owner, having a full-time job as well as an internet job, you don't get a lot of time to play anymore. It's really neat that people go out and go, this is a really neat game, this is a lot of fun. You see YouTube videos of people, hey, this is my global game, and you say, hey, there's our games. And people who play Axis and Allies, the Hasbro game, they'll use our paper money, which was our first product. And you see it all over the place. Or you go to conventions, and there it is. But it's turn-based, and the neat thing is when you play, and it's like, oh, this is 16 hours to play this game. What do you do when the guy's playing and the other 5? Well, you talk. You talk about the history, and guys are, figuring strategy and stuff like that. But, we're always talking, harassing each other. So it's a lot of fun.